Hi guys, it's Rebecca Coomes from The Healthy Gut, and I'm here to show you today one of my favourite winter salads. It's my warm winter kale salad from my SIBO Family Favourites cookbook. Now I've got some gorgeous organic produce here from my friends at Organic Angels, and I just love using their produce because it tastes so wonderful. Now if you can't get your hands on organic vegetables, by all means use whatever you can. So we'll start off by roasting one whole red capsicum, and I literally just pop that on the tray as it is. And I've got some gorgeous cherry tomatoes here. Now you can leave them whole or you can cut them in half, and I like to do a little bit of both. Just adds a little bit of variety in the salad. So we'll cut a few of these. I also quite like leaving the stems on them because that looks quite interesting. And then I've also got this glorious pumpkin. Now normally we would kind of get rid of this center pulp, but I like to actually remove the seeds and then throw these in as well because it adds some really lovely crunch to the salad. So I'll set that aside for the moment. And then I just cut bite-sized pieces of my pumpkin. Now you can use any type of pumpkin that you have on hand. You might like to use butternut squash or Jap pumpkin, whatever you can use. Another trick as well is leave the skin on. It can be quite difficult to cut it off. You can always remove it once the pumpkin has been cooked. It's so much easier to do it like that. Now the easiest way to remove the seeds is literally just to pull them out from the pulp like this. And there we have some lovely seeds which I'll pop on my tray. And then the final step before we put these in the oven is to drizzle them with some olive oil. And I like to sprinkle them with some salt and pepper as well. There's some salt, there's some pepper. Okay, and all I need to do now is pop these in the oven at 180 degrees or 350 Fahrenheit, and they will cook for approximately 45 minutes to an hour. And just check on them. If the tomatoes are cooking quicker than everything else, pull them out of the oven, put the tray back in and let the rest keep cooking. I'll see you soon. The vegetables have come out of the oven and I've let them cool slightly just so that I can handle them, and they're lovely and roasted and they're just delicious. So the next step is to prepare the salad. Now I've got some gorgeous organic kale leaves here and I've torn most of them up, but I just wanted to show you how easy it is to get the kale leaves off the stem. Now the stems can be pretty firm and tough and you don't want to eat them, but all you need to do is just run your hands down the edge of the stem, pulling away at the leaves, and that is the quickest way to get the kale leaves off and then torn up for your salad. Kale leaves are notoriously quite tough, and a lot of people prefer to cook their kale so that it is actually edible. But I've got a technique that I've discovered that actually helps kind of soften the leaves. So I pour a little bit of olive oil over my leaves, which I would be pouring into my dressing anyway. And then I show my leaves some love. So I literally just massage them. And you just do this for a few minutes, massaging the olive oil into the leaves, and it really helps to just soften them and make them a little bit more edible as raw leaves. Okay, these leaves have been loved and cared for and they're feeling a little bit softer. So I'm just going to literally put all of my lovely roast pumpkin in, and then I've got the lovely golden roasted seeds as well for some extra crunch. And being careful not to break the tomatoes apart, I'm going to pop them into the salad as well. And I love to cook capsicum whole and then peel it and seed it later. I find that it just gives it a sort of lovely and juicy finish. So as you can see, here's my whole, whoops, if I can pick it up, my whole red capsicum. So I want to take the skin off because that's kind of pulled away from the flesh, but because it's cooled down and it's roasted and the juices inside the capsicum help steam it, it just makes it so easy to pull away the skin like that. So I'm just going to do that for the whole capsicum. And then I also want to take away the seeds. So you just pull the flesh carefully away from the capsicum, and there you have a glorious piece of capsicum, and just taking any seeds off the inside. And I'm just going to tear that into strips into my salad. It's so delicious. getting any extra skin off. But as you can see, the seeds are all still intact, so I just pull them away carefully and discard them. There's also quite a lot of liquid in the capsicum, so as you can see, I just pour that out. That takes with it the seeds. There we go. Now, along with our roasted vegetables, we want to put a dressing in. So my dressing is really simple. I'm going to put in a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. There we go. And I have got 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar. And I've also then got 2 teaspoons of a whole grain seeded mustard. Pop that in there. And I'll add a little bit of salt and pepper. There's some pepper and a bit of salt. And then just give this a quick stir just to mix all of the ingredients together. And then you want to pour that over your salad. Doesn't that look gorgeous? And for a little bit of extra crunch, I've got 2 tablespoons of lightly toasted pine nuts. So I'll sprinkle that through. And there you have it, my warm winter kale salad. This just is absolutely delicious. It's packed full of nutrients and vitamins, and it pairs perfectly with any kind of protein that you may be serving for a meal. I hope you've enjoyed today's recipe. You can find it in my SIBO Family Favourites cookbook. And if you've liked today's video, please click like. I'm Rebecca Coomes from The Healthy Gut, and I look forward to seeing you next time.